Before I begin my comments, I do want to say I want to honor a man from we wouldn't be here at the Union Depot today if it wasn't for a giant in the transportation in the United States in the last 50 years, Congressman Jim Oberstar, who passed away on Saturday. He helped keep Amtrak and our train system alive during its toughest time, and he helped to create today's rebirth of American train travel. You know, Jim Oberstar was a champion of the Union Depot and a good friend to the Ramsey County Board. And in 2005, he secured the first $50 million for the Union Depot as a one of four stations of national significance in the United States. He was a good friend to us, a wise leader, and we will miss his stewardship. Even out of office, he was a good advisor to us. Please join me in welcoming Amtrak President and CEO Joe Boardman.
When Amtrak began May 1st of 1971, 43 years ago last week, it didn't serve this station. And not to get too philosophical, but thinking about how do we know when something's essential? How does this group know when there's an essential piece missing? When you stopped serving in April in 1971, this station became part of the disintegration of passenger rail. We refused as a nation, as a people at that time, to really understand the wound that occurred. We were wounded. We changed and didn't understand that essential nature. And how do we become aware of that essential nature of things? It's when we recognize the loss. It's these folks and others before them that really did recognize the loss here to St. Paul and to the Midwest and to the nation and what needed to be changed. But the reality for the United States is that we need to think about rebuilding these things in a positive way. This community has reclaimed its inheritance through a learning of the essential loss that you had. May you receive it humbly. We do as Amtrak. Thank you for having me here today, and thank you for bringing Amtrak back to St. Paul.
In 2013, more people chose public transportation than at any time since 1957, the year President Eisenhower authorized the beginning of the interstate highway system. And that is why the Department of Transportation, we were proud to partner with Ramsey County and to invest more than $123 million in federal funding in this project, $40 million through our high-speed and intercity passenger rail program. But Ramsey County should be even prouder because I know it took more than a decade of vision-making, of planning, and successful project execution to lead us to where we are today. So congratulations on all that you have accomplished.
A place like Union Station, Union Depot, is this hub where we all make kind of connections, and transportation connections is really kind of the vision that Minnesotans want. In fact, it is the Minnesota Department of Transportation's vision, which has been slightly altered this last year to reflect a multimodal kind of a concept. Our vision is to maximize the health of the people, the environment, and the economy through a robust multimodal system. So trains, planes, automobiles, but the connections that Amtrak brings by coming into this facility will really be a game changer, and it's a wonderful, wonderful day.
It is my pleasure now to introduce Chris Coleman, our mayor, who took office in 2005. After several years as a city council member, community and neighborhood leader, Mayor Coleman went to work to make St. Paul the most livable city in America right off the bat, right off the chute.
Well, good morning, everyone. You know, as I look out over the crowd here, I see so many heroes and champions of this project and of transportation. Obviously, a lot of support from the county board. I love this project because people come up to me and they say, Mayor, that was such a great job that you did with the Union Depot. Thank you so much for everything you did. And I used to say, well, it really was the county board. It was Congresswoman McCollum. It was Jim Oberstar. Now I just say thank you very much. I appreciate the acknowledgement. But there are a lot of champions. Russ Stark from the City Council. I know Councilmember Thune is here or was here. I see friends from across the river and Peter McLaughlin, who understands the importance of a balanced transportation network across the cities. I see friends like David Black and Kathy Fisher, who for many, many years were fighting on behalf of great transportation investments in downtown. Folks like Wei Ming Lu, who worked so hard to preserve the history, and if it wasn't for folks like Wei Ming, this building would have been torn down a long time ago, and we wouldn't be standing here to celebrate the reopening and the connection of Amtrak service here. And then I just see transportation advocates and folks that have a passion for and an importance of the understanding of trains and why they matter for communities. In 1922, a young woman who had gotten off the boat from Ireland in New York took a train out to St. Paul, where she was met by her uncle who was studying in the St. Paul Seminary. And that young woman, my grandmother, got off a train in downtown St. Paul. And she got off a train in a bustling community, a vibrant community, the state capital of the state of Minnesota. And she had the first impression of a new land that was a home for her for the rest of her life. But it was an impression of a city that had a ton of things going on. Fast forward to 1971, when the passenger service left this building. And it was really the kind of the demarcation for a period of a lot of struggle in downtown St. Paul and in cities really across America. When we started an out-migration from our core cities into the suburbs, our core cities struggled. But now we're in an era where people understand that vibrant core cities are absolutely critical to a strong economy, to a strong region, and to a strong state. And transportation is emblematic of that strength and of that growth and of that vitality. So even though some of us are getting repetitive stress injuries from all the ribbons that we're cutting in downtown St. Paul, and that's a good thing, we like that. It is because people had the vision to invest in places like Union Depot, to fight to bring back passenger service into downtown St. Paul, to invest in the light rail corridor that we will cut the ribbon on June 14th, to invest in all of the things that make cities vital. And so I hope that there will be a time tonight, tomorrow, well into the future, when another person moving to the city of St. Paul will have the very first impression of this great community here in this building as they step off a train. And once again, they'll see a vital and thriving community, a community that is on the growth trend, a community that is investing in families and in young people, and a community that matters. And it matters because all of you have fought so hard for it, because all of you have carried the vision, and all of you have made it a priority to connect our folks with great transportation, great work opportunities, great recreation opportunities, great housing. This isn't just symbolic of passenger service coming back into downtown St. Paul. This is a symbol of a reborn city, a city that is on the move, and a city whose best days are still ahead. thank you all for understanding the importance that this train and this building mean to that growth. And I can't wait to see that train rolling into downtown St. Paul, another train from Chicago, and more trains coming in for many, many decades to come. Thank you very much.